For a moment during the COVID pandemic, everything stopped. Businesses closed, families stayed home, and even the most bustling streets looked like ghost towns. But then we adapted. For restaurants, that meant a lot of takeout.
Hopefully we don't go through something like this again.
That year, the legislature did what it could to help,
Throw it in there.
passing a temporary law to allow restaurants to sell alcohol to go. The next year, in 2021, lawmakers extended that window, allowing restaurants to sell to-go alcohol for another 4 years. Now, a question on the November ballot wants to make that change permanent, but it also does a little more. In this Denver 7 Election 360, you'll hear from restaurants and business groups who support the idea, liquor stores who say this will hurt their bottom line, and the Colorado Licensed Beverage Association who's worried about the safety aspects of this proposal. First, a look at what your vote on Proposition 126 does. A yes vote would allow third-party companies like Instacart or DoorDash to deliver alcohol that you buy from restaurants, grocery stores, and more. It would also allow alcohol takeout from restaurants permanently. A no vote would keep things the way they are. Only liquor stores would be allowed to deliver alcohol using their employees, and restaurant takeout options would expire in 2025. Small restaurants like Las Hijas de Chilanga
Yo me llamo Ivonne Bringas.
are still recovering from the pandemic.
Queremos recuperar.
We had just started to own the business when COVID started, and we lost employees.
Owner Ivonne Bringas says this will make a big difference for her restaurant as they look toward their long-term future.
Que están proponiendo porque
I'm a proponent because it's going to help me to have more sales, to attract more clients, which is what I need to better my business.
They can just focus on making the drink and the food.
So doing what they do best.
Exactly.
And because people are now used to having everything they want delivered to their door with the push of a button,
With technology, with new ordering, with the dynamic of how people order, and changing of the times from how restaurants operate. Let's adapt to that.
supporters say it's time for the change.
These are very minute changes in the law, but it opens up a whole new world for delivery.
Another benefit for small restaurants, more competitiveness.
Restaurants are experiencing an incredible labor shortage, and many simply don't have another staff member to go and deliver alcohol.
Michelle Ling, a spokesperson for groups supporting the ballot initiative, says allowing third parties to help takes a lot of the headaches away from small businesses with limited resources.
DoorDash or Instacart, they can deliver, and it's their liquor license, and so there's less risk for restaurants and a safer process as well.
Because once the alcohol leaves the store, it's up to the delivery service to make sure it gets to the right person, or they, not the restaurant, would be liable.
We're in Fort Collins, Colorado, on the corner of College and Mulberry.
Liquor stores, meanwhile,
This is our store, Mulberry Max.
worry about what this is going to mean for their bottom line.
We have a delivery service. There's not an unmet need of delivery in our community.
Mulberry Max co-owner Josh Beard says his staff is specially trained to deliver alcohol.
And we're legally obligated not to sell to anyone who is visibly intoxicated or can't produce a valid ID. It's on us to log every transaction, log every driver's license number.
He's concerned the ballot proposal doesn't have enough safeguards in place to make sure the alcohol stays out of the wrong hands.
The most concerning for me is the safety aspect of it, and also the accountability.
That's a concern Chris Fine from the Colorado Licensed Beverage Association also shares.
When it comes to these third-party delivery folks, and when it comes to accountability, it's one big pointing the other way. When a retail liquor store, if that gets in the wrong hands, they're either going to lose their liquor license or get a gargantuan fine.
The ballot measure does have language requiring the delivery companies to get a permit and liability insurance. It also requires drivers to be 21, complete a certification program, and verify IDs before delivering. But Chris worries drivers trying to make money with lots of quick deliveries could get lax.
They have a schedule. Amazon has a schedule. They don't have time to sit there and wait like the retail liquor store delivery person does.
So they want people to vote no. All it takes is the push of a button to get just about anything delivered these days. In November, voters will decide whether that change should be permanent for alcohol and whether companies like DoorDash should be able to do it. Megan Lopez, Denver 7.